Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. Ever feel like you've got these amazing ideas, but
It's like they just disappear.
get lost in the noise?
Totally.
Mm,
Especially in today's world.
it's so crowded.
Right. So much information overload.
Well, today we are diving into the work of leadership expert Jennifer S. Nix.
Fantastic choice.
See how she cuts through the clutter?
She's built such a loyal following with her whole heartfelt leadership approach.
Exactly.
And we're going beyond just her newsletter.
We're going to dig into her LinkedIn.
Yes. Her author bio, too.
A whole picture.
See how she consistently makes an impact.
Because let's face it,
It's an art.
getting your message.
Heard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially as a leader.
Oh, absolutely. It's crucial for guiding their teams effectively.
It's all about those hook points, right?
You're reading my mind, just like Brendan Kane talks about.
In his book.
Yep, hook point.
So important in this world where people have
What is it, 3-second attention span?
I think you're right. I saw a study.
Yeah, by shareability.
It's crazy.
Shorter than a goldfish.
Well, we're talking barely enough time to say leadership.
It's a real challenge.
Huge challenge.
But it's a chance to be strategic.
Okay, I like that.
Like, remember the Blair Witch Project?
Oh, yeah?
That marketing? Genius.
In October of 1994, 3 student filmmakers disappeared. A year later, their footage was found.
Boom. Instant mystery.
Hooked?
Totally. People were dying to know more.
So how do we bring that Blair Witch magic to leadership?
It's all about knowing your audience.
Okay.
What makes them tick.
Instead of just boring facts and figures.
Ditch those. Start with a question that really grabs them.
Or a story.
Yes, something emotional.
Makes them lean in.
And to tell me more.
Okay, but how do we make sure it's not just being sensational?
Yeah.
Authenticity matters, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Hmm.
A hook is only as good as the message behind it.
It's got to be real.
Genuine, connected to your core why.
Which is where Jennifer S. Nix really shines.
She gets it.
Her heartfelt leadership.
It's all about empathy.
Building trust.
Connecting on a human level.
So it's a double whammy. You grab their attention and then
To keep them engaged.
with real heartfelt communication.
Exactly. People crave connection, meaning,
This reminds me of what Kane says about storytelling.
oh, he's so right.
He's like, stories make things stick.
They do. Engaging, memorable.
And again, just like those hooks,
Authenticity is key.
tailor it to your audience.
Like, think back to 96, the presidential election.
Bill Clinton,
He was a master storyteller
he connected with voters.
on an emotional level.
I remember that woman in the debate asking about the economy.
How it was impacting real people.
Exactly.
Clinton addressed her concerns, not just the numbers.
He used that process communication model, didn't he?
He did. PCM tailored his response to her personality type.
Powerful stuff.
It is. Imagine explaining something complex to a child and a rocket scientist at the same time.
Whoa, yeah,
Gotta adjust your approach.
totally.
PCM recognizes that everyone has a unique personality structure with different needs and communication preferences.
So it's like speaking different languages.
You got it. Opens up new possibilities for connection.
This makes me think about Nix again.
Makes sense. If she's using techniques like PCM,
No wonder her advice resonated.
it's not just the what, it's the how.
It's how she delivers it,
And that brings us to another crucial point.
which is
Authenticity.
being real, letting your passion shine through.
People can spot a fake a mile away.
They want the real you.
The person behind the message.
It's like that saying, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it.
Yes. Think about a brand like Nike.
Oh, good example.
They consistently support athletes who challenge the status quo.
Their Dream Crazier campaign,
Serena Williams, Colin Kaepernick.
powerful stuff.
It aligned with their core values.
Pushing boundaries, fighting to what you believe in.
It wasn't just about selling shoes.
It was about inspiration.
Chasing your dreams no matter what.
It feels like Nix is doing something similar.
I see that.
Not just giving advice, but
Empowering people to lead with purpose.
with
And that authenticity makes her message so compelling.
you can tell she's living her values.
Walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Okay, so we've got hook points, storytelling, and authenticity.
It's a good toolkit.
But how do we get that message out there?
That's where social proof comes in.
Showing your expertise, your success,
Exactly. Building credibility.
making people listen.
And Nix has that in spades.
LinkedIn top voice.
thriving community around her newsletter.
And she's authored a book.
All adds to her credibility.
People pay attention.
It's like a snowball.
The more you have, the more people are drawn in.
In his book, Kane talks about how important this is for personal branding.
I remember that story.
1 million followers in 30 days.
Landed him on tons of podcasts.
Boosted his credibility.
Open doors.
It shows how social proof gets real results.
Building a following isn't about vanity.
It's about sharing your message.
Reaching a wider audience.
It's like they say, your network is your net worth.
The more you connect, the more impact you can have.
And that leads us to another powerful tool.
So intrigued.
Strategic partnerships.
Collaborations.
You got it. Working together to expand your reach.
Amplify your impact.
Kane gives a great example.
I love his examples.
Dua Lipa and the Confidante Hotel.
For her New Rules video.
The video, the song, the hotel.
Perfect match.
Lipa's career took off.
Hotel got tons of press.
Win-win.
But how does that apply to leadership?
Think about it. That partnership put Dua Lipa in front of new eyes.
Just like strategic partnerships can.
Help leaders achieve more
Than they could alone.
It's not always about big, flashy collaborations.
Sometimes it's simpler.
Partnering with a colleague.
Mentoring.
Being active in your community.
Okay, so we've got these hook points. Authentic storytelling.
Whistle proof.
And strategic partnerships.
It's like a communication power pack.
For maximum impact.
And the best part is, these apply to so much more than just leadership.
Really?
Entrepreneurs pitching ideas.
Creatives sharing their work.
Anyone who wants to communicate better.
It's like leveling up our communication game.
Exactly.
Now let's see how Jennifer S. Nix uses these principles in action.
Let's go beyond the newsletter.
Uncover some hidden gems.
I'm ready. When we talk beyond the newsletter.
We're not just looking at the articles themselves.
Right. It's the community she's built.
A space for shared learning.
Where people can discuss leadership.
Put those insights into action.
Exactly. And she really encourages engagement.
And inviting readers to share their own experiences.
Learning from each other.
It's like that saying, iron sharpens iron.
Love that one. Being around people who challenge you.
Helps us grow.
And that community ties back to social proof.
People see others finding value in Nick's work.
It encourages them to take notice.
Like a built-in endorsement.
And her LinkedIn presence is huge for that.
She's not just posting.
She's actively engaged.
Building relationships.
Participating in conversation.
She's walking the walk.
Exactly. Demonstrating the principles she teaches.
Authentic connection.
Building trust.
Not just talking the talk.
And Kane really stresses transparency, especially with clients.
Being upfront about your strengths and limitations.
Builds trust.
Creates psychological safety.
Which is crucial for growth.
People feel safe to share ideas.
Challenges.
That's when real progress happens.
It reminds me of that story Kane tells about meeting with Amblin Entertainment.
What happened?
He didn't go in with a canned pitch.
He listened.
Identified their pain points.
Then tailored his solution.
Perfect example of how genuine understanding
leads to the best solutions.
Active listening. Empathy.
Putting yourself in the other person's shoes.
The hallmarks of Nix's heartfelt leadership.
It's not about dictating. It's about empowering.
Helping leaders find their own strengths.
Identify blind spots.
Develop a more authentic style.
And that self-awareness ties back to why.
Your purpose, your values.
Kane believes letting your why guide you is essential.
Like that quote, "He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow."
Powerful. When you're driven by purpose, challenges become opportunities.
Setbacks become lessons.
When leaders know their why,
it inspires their teams.
Everyone connects with the bigger picture.
Creating a culture of excellence.
It's like in Moneyball.
Ah, I love that movie.
Brad Pitt's character, Billy Bean.
He challenges the old way of scouting players.
Looking for those undervalued gems.
Who fit specific roles.
It's about recognizing strengths.
Challenging assumptions.
Building a team where everyone contributes.
And that brings us to another point Kane highlighted. Empathy as a driver of innovation.
Interesting.
Understanding people's needs, challenges, aspirations.
It can lead to breakthroughs.
It's about seeing beyond the surface.
Like Henry Ford.
If I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses.
Classic.
True innovation comes from understanding the underlying need.
Not just the superficial request.
And Nix emphasizes emotional intelligence in leadership.
It's not just about being nice.
It's about understanding your own emotions.
especially when things get tough.
Be like that duck.
Calm on the surface, paddling like crazy underneath.
Leaders have to maintain composure,
Understanding their triggers.
developing strategies for tough situations.
Makes sense, and it ties back to authenticity.
Right. When leaders are genuine,
Willing to share their own struggle.
creates connection, trust.
A more human-centered approach.
We're all works in progress.
Learning, growing.
It's like they say, perfection is the enemy of good.
Embracing imperfections lets us take risks.
Try new things.
Ultimately achieve greater growth.
It's about the journey.
Becoming our best selves.
And Nix is big on work-life balance.
You can't be on all the time.
We have to prioritize our well-being.
To be effective in all areas of life.
Brings us back to Kane's point about trust-filled relationships.
Being authentic, vulnerable,
Create space for connection, collaboration,
leads to those aha moments.
shared understanding, and growth.
It's recognizing that everyone has a story
And those stories have insights.
that help us learn, grow.
Create a more inclusive world.
This connects back to those hook points.
In a world with limited attention spans,
We've got to capture that attention.
find those compelling nuggets.
Those aha moments that make people want more.
It's about creating an engaging experience.
Not just delivering information.
Which reminds me of something Nix talks about a lot.
What's that?
The importance of a supportive network.
People who believe in us.
Challenge us to be our best.
Essential for achieving goals.
It's like Kane's Moneyball solution.
Having a unique approach.
That sets you apart.
Knowing your strengths, your audience,
Crafting a strategy that leverages those strengths.
creates value.
There's no one-size-fits-all.
The best solutions are tailored.
To specific needs, motivations, aspirations.
Just like Nix does with heartfelt leadership.
Exactly.
It's remarkable how Nix takes these ideas that seem so simple,
But they're so powerful.
and she just weaves them into everything she does.
It's like a masterclass in communication,
And leadership.
without ever feeling like a lecture,
Exactly. It's all about inspiring people.
helping them find their own leadership potential.
And she really walks the walk.
She does, like her 2023 newsletter,
Helping leaders prep for 2025.
by getting rid of bad habits from 2024.
A roadmap for success.
And she uses those hook points so well.
She does. Instead of just giving advice,
She pulls you in.
with stories, questions that make you think.
It's like she knows people learn best when they're engaged.
And they're having fun.
You don't feel lectured reading her newsletter.
It's like chatting with a mentor.
Someone you trust.
That connection is so key.
It really sets her apart.
It's not just the information.
It's how she shares it.
With empathy, authenticity.
That desire to help people succeed.
And that's where heartfelt leadership really shines.
Leading with your whole self.
Bringing your values, your heart into everything.
It resonates with people.
Especially now, with so much negativity out there.
People want genuine connection.
Meaningful leadership.
And Nix delivers that.
Her work is refreshing.
It reminds us that leadership can be both effective and kind.
That it's about more than just goals.
It's about making a positive impact.
And speaking of impact, she's a LinkedIn top voice.
That speaks volumes about her message.
She's reaching a lot of people.
Her profile is a goldmine.
So many leadership insights.
Articles, videos, posts.
Covers so many topics.
And she's always engaging with her followers.
Responding to comments, joining discussions.
She's building a community.
And that's so important.
It is. Creates a space for shared learning.
Connecting with each other, exchanging ideas.
Supporting each other's growth.
That iron sharpens iron thing again.
Being around people who challenge you.
It's how we grow.
Nix has created that environment.
Through her newsletter, LinkedIn, and her
Yeah,
consulting.
consulting services are a great option.
For those who want more than just general advice.
Personalized guidance.
Tailored to their specific needs.
One-on-one with a true expert.
Someone who's passionate about helping leaders succeed.
Unlock their potential.
Achieve their goals. So if you're feeling inspired by what we've talked about today,
Definitely check out her work.
you can find her newsletter and LinkedIn easily online.
Her author bio is worth a read too.
Gives you more background on her approach.
Her story is really inspiring.
Shows the power of hard work, dedication.
And believing in the power of leadership.
That's what makes her message so compelling.
It's not just theory.
It's real life experience.
Taking those heartfelt leadership principles.
And putting them into practice.
And that's what we're all aiming for, right?
To be better leaders.
More authentic, more impactful.
Not just for our own success.
but for our teams, our organizations.
but the world around us.
Well said. That's a great way to wrap things up.
This deep dive into Jennifer S. Nix's work has been fascinating.
It has.
I hope it's inspired you all to learn more about heartfelt leadership.
I encourage everyone to keep learning, keep leading with heart.
Beautifully said. Until next time, everyone.